Live, we are live. Yes, we are. We are live. We are live. We're live, and it is
Day two.
Day two. Don't scream from over there. Come into your position, please, sir, because I know that you will do that conscientiously instead of like a barking dog. But we are doing the 4 agreements, and today is the second agreement, and we are going to be talking about it in just a moment. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I didn't do this already. So give me a second, and we will be back in a moment. Hold on one second. Back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Hey, we're back, y'all. We're back, y'all. Hey, baby. I'm good.
Mickey.
I actually found a chair that I like, and I want to go sit in it. Julie, right here, my tree. I haven't seen you, sweetie. Good morning. Where have you
seen her?
Let me have you seen her.
Good morning, folks. How you doing? Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill, and this is Lisa Santiago McNeill. Together, we make up the Empowerment Duo. And this show is called Let's Talk About It. Now, don't have no freaking water in the house.
In the house? I bought water last night.
We got water in the house. We're not in this room.
Oh, my bad.
Anyway, but we've been journeying through, I've been hustling. Baby. So,
take some deep breaths. Together, they always look better.
I don't know how to take deep breaths. But anyway, our show is about personal conversations,
business information,
and spiritual inspiration. And a week ago, we had such a good time taking a journey through the 7 habits of highly effective people. We did one of the 7 habits each day. And one of our amazing content contributors, Mr. William Brown, suggested that we do the same thing with the great book, The 4 Agreements. Mm-hmm. The 4 Agreements. And we started that journey just yesterday.
Because we do everything Bell tells us to.
Yeah. We started yesterday, the first agreement. And the agreements come from an amazing book from Miguel Ortiz.
No, Don Miguel Ruiz.
Don Miguel Ruiz, yes, that's his name. Don Miguel Ruiz.
Grab any old Latino names out the sky and throw them together. Yeah, that's it.
Don Miguel Ruiz's great book. The first agreement that we must make with ourselves is the first agreement is to be impeccable with your word.
Be impeccable with your word.
You're going to continue our journey with agreement number 2.
Yes.
Agreement number 2, I'm going to introduce it now. We're going to chop it up in a few more minutes, but I'm just going to bring it up first. Agreement number 2 that you need to make with yourself is don't take it personal. Don't take anything personal.
Don't take
that song by the Jermaine Jackson. Y'all know it. Sing it together.
Personal. Take the bitter with the sweet. What's the rest of it?
Easy come, easy go.
It's really true. It is really true. Dr. Deborah, I am curious of your opinion of these elements, because one of the things that I learned, and I have extensively traveled the journey of not taking it personal, because that was like the biggest thing that I did was take things personally, was taking it personal. A lot of times, first of all, we got to tell what that means when taking it personal, because I think that was important in tying it all together. Hey, Beverly, good morning. We're having fruit this morning, not bacon.
Having fruit, no bacon. Bunch of fruit. Pineapple.
And strawberries.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually eat strawberries in this house, not strawberries.
That still kills me. Strawberries and scrimps.
Strawberries across the street.
Yeah. With some scrimps and strawberries across the street. Yes.
Yeah, that's what we call little Audrey.
So
Strawberry.
The second agreement was really, really impactful to me this morning.
Mm-hmm.
This particular morning, it was impactful to me
Mm-hmm.
because I found myself, just we say it all the time. Sometimes you can read a book or you can hear a thing, but then when you hear it again and again and even again, it can sometimes take on new meaning. And personally, it took on new meaning for me today. I read the book many, many years ago. I was a young man when I read the book, The Four Agreements, but I'm not a young man anymore. And when he was talking about don't take it personal, for example, the first example he uses, if you're out and about on the street and some stranger says you're so stupid, that stranger doesn't know you. You don't know that stranger.
Right.
That's just that stranger having an issue with themselves.
Right.
Now, you don't have to take that personal. You don't even have to be offended by it.
Right.
Because they don't even know you.
Dumb as hell. But when what they have said touches a wound that's in you,
and you want to get offended and you want to argue about it and defend it,
then oftentimes
why would you do that?
It's more about you than it is about them.
Yes. That means that you have chosen to take up or accept at least part of what that person said.
Absolutely. That's true.
They spewed poison out to you and you chose to take that poison on, and now you have it as well.
They may think, I don't believe that I'm stupid. I don't think I'm stupid, so I don't agree with that. The thing is, you don't have to believe you're stupid. Oftentimes, you can believe that someone believes that you, what? Something is ticking. We have a clock. No.
Anyway, if our show blows up or something, there's a time bomb today.
We don't have a time bomb. Everything is working together for our good.
Mm-hmm.
We might have a bag of money about to blow up and shoot around all the house. So what happens is that something that someone said triggers something that someone in whose opinion you respect in your life has said that may not have been true, usually not true, may not have been even accurate in any way, but you believe it and embrace it. Going back to the story that I told last Monday.
And you had a wound now.
The story that I told last Monday about the music teacher. Yes. The music teacher in the 7th grade that I had in the 7th grade was teaching us the graduation song for the 8th grade, which was Whitney Houston's, I Believe the Children of Our Future. And he told me I could not sing. Now, what he should have said to 7th grade, 11-and-a-half-year-old Lisa was, sweetheart, you can't sing the Whitney Houston part. Nobody can, but you really can't because you're an alto and not a soprano. And what he said was, you can't sing. And what I held for 30-something, 40-something years was, you can't sing. So here's what happened to my bless his heart. I just realized I got to extend some love to one of my ministers of music. He told me that I couldn't sing. This minister of music, now because I sang on the choir, I often sang lead on the choir, but I often sang a talking singing song, not a singing song, right? Because I still felt the need and desire to sing, right? So I get to this place.
Kirk Franklin did it.
Yeah, I was Kirk Franklin it, honey. But I had to sing in some areas too. And in this one thing, he wanted me to sing it differently, obviously, than what I was singing. And Minister Lisa at the time cut him a new one. Boy, because he was younger, he was much younger. He was an amazing, gifted, talented young minister of music, but he came at me about whether or not I couldn't sing. And I took out on him everything that I wish 11-year-old Lisa had the opportunity to say to 7th grade minister of music, whatever his name is, that I can't even remember. But for 40 years, he ruled my life in that place. I wish at that time that I had learned not to take it personal, because it really wasn't personal. He did not know how to teach. He did not know how to handle children. He did not know how to properly express someone's limitations or encourage them to do something differently. But it still affected. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Michelle. It still affected all of the way that I processed my own thoughts about me. And so whenever something came close to that,
Yep. You got close to that nerve. Or close to
like,
that
what?
nerve.
What? Because I'm not 11-year-old Lisa anymore. Now I'm whatever age and I can defend it physically, psychologically, verbally. But the person who did it is like, wait, what? I mean, even in a joke, you ever be in the middle of joking with somebody and then all of a sudden they get serious? Like, you playing, girl, don't try that song. That is not your song. What do you mean that's not my song? I can sing. I can
A couple going back and forth, playing around, insulting each other. And then he says something, or she says something that crossed the line. That's why your daddy is this. Whoa!
What's the puppet we like to watch?
It's Trey Mo.
Trey Mo. Oh my goodness. She always goes. That's why they don't know if he's your uncle or your daddy. You call him Dunkle.
You got a Dunkle. You don't know if you're your daddy or your uncle. You got a Dunkle. That's too far.
That's too far. That's when you go too far. Dr. Deborah says this is a great agreement for the third step of the Get Free healing process. Change your perspective, reframing. When you stop taking everything personal, it helps you to move past it. Amen.
We listened to an excerpt, about 13 minutes of it today, and I found myself several times going, wow, I hadn't thought about that. You know, when people issue poison out to you, you're accepting the poison. Wow. Did I accept that? Wow. And the thought process that every single person is looking at the world through their world vision, not yours. Okay. So it's their issue, not yours.
It's not yours.
If they come at you, excuse me.
That's okay. And it often has very little to do with you, if at all. It's often they are projecting something that they're dealing with that possibly has been something that they took personal.
Don't take it
personal.
It's the second agreement.
It's the second agreement. Now, today at 4:00, you want to join me for Stories of Overcoming with Lisa Santiago. My special guest is Rebecca Jeffries. She is the author of You Are Made for This, and we are working on finalizing her project right now as we speak. She is the autism mom, and she has a grown autistic son who she shares in this book all of the things that she learned about dealing with a child who is on the spectrum. You need to tune in. It's going to be a great show. She's so easy to talk to. She is so engaging. You're going to have a ball. And if you know anybody who has a child on the spectrum, who is a caregiver of children on the spectrum, her perspective is refreshing. And it is forgiving, and it is in the best interest of the child, but it is also in the best interest of the caregiver and or parent. So you want to tune in. We're going to have a ball at 4:00. I'm excited to have her on the show. And then tomorrow, Melissa is our special guest as we tackle the third agreement. But
today, we still on the second.
But today we are on the second agreement. Don't take it personal. Bill Brown today at 11 a.m. on One Word Conversations. The word is classic. His special guest is Dominique Anderson right here on the Empowerment Duo Facebook page and the Empowerment Network. Thank you, Glenda. Glenda says, good morning and looking great. We thank you. And Melissa, she's co-producing from over there. She says, William Brown, I thought it was a surprise word today. Get yourself together. Beverly says, so how do you not take it personal when someone blocks you in a street in a cul-de-sac where you can't get out and says to you they don't want me or my kind driving down their street and call the police on me and keep me blocked in until I get there? How do you not take that personal?
That's still not your issue. That's their personal issue. They're being stupid.
Their ignorance is bleeding over on you, though.
Now you have rights, and you have a right to defend your rights, but you don't have to take it. It's not an aspersion on you as a person. They have an issue, but you don't. And you don't need to make their issue your issue. They're inconveniencing you. They're pissing you off.
Right.
But you don't have to take it personal. Their ignorance.
Yeah. The thing, and I know that's a frustrating one. It sounds a little cavalier.
I'd be upset myself.
Yeah, it can sound a little cavalier. But let me say this: tell the story about the train ride with the father.
Okay. There was you talking about Covey's story? Okay. Sunday morning, Stephen Covey is on New York City train. There's not much going on. Everybody's quiet. And he's reading his paper. Nobody's bothering anybody. And then at one stop, a father gets on with 4 little children and 4 kids, and the kids are raucous. They're running up and down the train. They're jumping up and down on the seats. They're disturbing everybody. And the father just sitting there and looking down. Kind of has his head in his hands, not doing anything. And the kids are being really, really rambunctious, really, really loud, running up and down the train. And everyone's disturbed, and the man's not doing anything. And finally, Stephen had enough of that. And he said, Sir, couldn't you do anything to control your children a little bit better? They're upsetting everyone else in this train. And the man slowly lifts his head up and goes, oh, I'm sorry. We just left the hospital. And their mother just died, and I guess they don't know how to handle it. I'm not sure I know how to handle it either. And then once he heard that, his whole perspective changed. He wanted to help the man. Oh, I'm sorry. You just found out your wife died, their mother died. I'm sorry. Can I do anything to help? His whole mental change, he called that a paradigm shift. He went from being upset with the man to really, really wanting to help him because he understood something else that he didn't know before. A paradigm shift.
Absolutely. And that can happen. It can happen in both sides of the spectrum. There was a story that I watched.
Is that the story you want me to tell?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I got my buttons programmed. I know where to press it. And I think that it is important to understand, and this is not an excuse at the plight of someone else's ignorance. It's not an excuse for someone's ignorance. The person that is choosing to block you off and choosing not to allow access and choosing to stand in their ignorance. This is not an excuse for it. What it is an opportunity for you to process and decide how you are going to respond. Now, you get to respond how you choose to respond. But by not taking things personal, it often gives you the opportunity to respond versus react.
Of course, Beverly. Now, I don't want to diminish. I would have been upset myself. That person's got issues. But we're suggesting to you that the second agreement that we all need to make with ourselves is best we can. Don't take it personal. Don't take anything personal because everyone. You want me to open it?
No, I don't want it.
Why'd you open it then?
That's why I just handed it to you, because I opened it by accident. I opened it.
You did not open it by accident, Lisa.
I opened
How do you accidentally open a granola bar?
I opened it like
you walking along. How did this granola bar get open?
I opened it by accident. I did not open it with the intention of eating it. I opened it. No, I didn't. I want it. I don't understand why that is so funny to you. You never pick something up and say, oh, I don't want that.
Anyway.
That's what I just did.
Melissa Price. Beverly, stop it. Stop. Did that really happen to you recently? Dang. Where do they live? Should I go have a talk with them? It's probably the same person who was trying to talk smack about Dr. Deborah Dunstan yesterday. You know how I like to handle that.
You're going to go to Detroit on the west side.
Y'all forget Melissa's from Detroit, from the D, right?
From the D. From the D.
Weird, Brian. He recorded the show yesterday and forgot he was not going to tell it.
Brian, you better be careful. Melissa's going to get at you. She's from the D. She's got D gloves on.
He's a human being too, Melissa. Give him some grace, my sister.
Gloves on. What? What, Bill? You telling words and everything? Get you. Beverly says, wasn't upset at all. This wasn't the first time. I turned my car off. I put my blinkers on and I sat there laughing.
They're laughing at him and told him how stupid he looks and even told him.
sat there laughing at him. I know it said, that's not what she meant.
Okay.
And told him how stupid he looks, and even told him that one day when he grows up and becomes an adult, he's going to be something great. And I think that pissed him off even more. He also stated that he would do bodily harm to me. And when the police got there, I told them I'd like to make a report because he threatened me, and they did not. So, I had to let them know that I was
Security of the Empowerment Duo Show.
security.
Security.
Oh my God, how ignorant is that? Did the police say anything to him about not allowing you access to your home?
Because that could have been easily kidnapping. Okay, they were restricting your freedom of movement. That's kidnapping. Okay, they can get creative. I once got a speeding ticket when I was on a bicycle one time, so they can get creative. What? I did.
You were going too fast on your bicycle?
What's the speed limit on a bicycle?
I don't know.
I'm not going faster than any of the cars.
Okay? No, you can't.
Okay, and a bike is a vehicle. That was some bull, okay? Oh, but they can come up whatever they want to, okay? I'm riding a bicycle and I got a speeding ticket. A bicycle, not motorcycle, pedaling bicycle.
You must have been super.
I ain't super fast. It wasn't super fast. It was just bicycle.
Don't take it personal. Take the bitter.
I was much older than I was. I was like 16, 17 years old. Ripped. He thought I was like 25, black kid around bicycle.
Wow. Melissa said, y'all are killing me. Nah, Melissa, we just try to stay on your good side. That's all. We're just trying to keep Bill on your good side. We don't want you to break out them hands.
Yeah. Don't take it personal.
Oh, wow. She said, Melissa, it happened just now, 8:53 a.m. in Matthews. Wow. And Melissa says, wow, you got a speeding ticket on a bike? How the hell do they justify that? Were you knocking kids out in the traffic? You were blasting down the sidewalk in your ride?
I wasn't on the sidewalk. I was in the street. What are you supposed to?
Oh, yes, Michelle DeWitt. Wow, it's crazy, mind-blowing.
Yes. But all of these things about, I'm going to tell you a story. Lisa mentioned it earlier. Sometimes we have these wounds from stuff that was said to us many, many years ago. I was once on a sales call. I used to sell home improvement. And I had a young salesperson with me. And I used to believe in practicing on a client if they tried to not buy from me. So I would try my different closes. And a lot of them are high pressure selling tactics. They just keep smiling, and then you get high pressure. So I was going through this, and this man he was older than us, much older than us. He was senior, 6'6", size 18 shoe. Okay. When he sat in his chair, leaned back and put his legs out and put one leg over the other, it was like the size of a small child.
Wow.
Yes. His name was Willie. Okay.
What they call him.
But he was slender though. Okay. But anyway, so I was pressuring Willie, and Willie got so upset with it. He stood up in his own living room in his own house. It says, I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. People always say I'm dumb, but I'm not dumb. Okay. People always say, and I said, I'm not calling you dumb, Willie. I just think we should need to go ahead and do this. I stayed in my game. And the point is, he stood up and started yelling at us. He was mad at us. I'm not dumb. But Willie ended up buying that night. And he ended up recording a testimonial video that night. Him and his wife talk about how Brian and Mike, they're the best. Y'all need to do business with them. Because we went past that point of frustration. I know that a lot of times when people get angry, that means they're close. So, but why would Willie stand up in his own living room and yell at these men that he just met that he's not dumb? He might have been battling. Lisa and I talked about that this morning. He might have been battling that his whole life. Someone called him dumb, and he wanted to spend his whole life proving that wrong.
Someone in a position of authority. And understand the reason why it's so important to go back. Sister Jeannie Muhammad calls it to take back your pen. Dr. Deborah, get free, stay free. But why it's so important to go back and reevaluate things that happen, because sometimes the clues will make you go, how could I believe that? I know that in some of the things that I've gone back to, like again, going back to the seventh grade, going back to the seventh grade teacher, in my mind, the teachers know everything better than everybody else. In my mind,
Mhm.
as an adult, as a child, then teachers know all the stuff, right? Well, going back in my mind now, I realize that not only was the teacher wrong in what he said to a child, right? Because we know how you speak to children, he was also incomplete in what he said. Even if what he said was true, you can't sing. The sentence should have continued with, "You can't sing this Whitney Houston song. Nobody can," right? He didn't have the wherewithal to do that. Going back to some of the things that you may have heard as a child from your bully, and then you go back and you realize that bully was younger than me or the same age as
Hey,
me, or well, I don't believe what they say. What the heck do they
just
know
a couple
about
of years
this?
older. What the heck?
And even in that, I'm grateful. One of the challenges that I broke through was with words, because I was told at a very young age that my words were horrible, that I didn't understand what I was saying, and that I should just shut up. And that was from an aunt, right? An aunt. You think an aunt is a person of authority. Understand, my aunt was only a couple of years older than me, less than 5 years older than me. So while I held her in that place of knowledge, wisdom, and aunt, someone who knows things, she wasn't qualified to know things. And now that I can realize that that I don't get to take those things personal, then I can put them into their proper perspective.
The things that people say about you, that's coming from their perspective,
And it's none of your business.
and it's none of your business, and you have very little to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's the stuff that other people say to you. But here's another thing that we discovered: you have inner talks with yourself all the time, and some of the stuff you say about yourself to yourself is insulting and untrue.
Absolutely.
You gotta not even take the things you say about yourself personally.
Absolutely. Truthfully, understanding that some of the things that you say about yourself in your head are things that you have taken on that someone else said, and
Yes.
now you are spouting them as if they are truth.
You heard it enough times.
Those are those limiting beliefs. Those are those untrue thoughts, and those are the things that you get to go and pluck out at the root.
One of the things I've been wanting repentance for and forgiveness for my whole life. Now, my sister Tracy, she's forgiven me for this. Her and I are great friends now. But when we were young, I had 3 younger sisters, okay? And I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and being able to dance was important in my family, okay? We've had the music or the radio on all the time. Radio was on before school every day, and after school every day, and before we got to cartoons and all that stuff. But my sister Tracy couldn't dance as well as me and my sister Valerie could dance. Stacy was the baby. But me and Valerie could dance real good, and Tracy could not dance as good. And we picked at Tracy for not being able to dance. We even went so far as to say that Tracy was ugly. Tracy's ugly and she can't dance. And we said that to her all the time growing up, all the time.
Enough times that it can come to a place that they believe you over their own mirror, over their own thoughts.
Now, in Tracy's adult life, she's an accomplished woman. But there was many years she was estranged from us. She had to separate herself from us, basically, and said she got to go do her own thing. And we've now that was when we were younger. By the time we were in our teens, later teens, we stopped doing that. We learned better, and Tracy and I were good friends then too. But I remember that I feel so guilty about how I treated her when I was 10, 11, 12, 13. Uncle Uncle June is on here. What's up, man? How you doing, Uncle?
Hey, good morning, Brittany. Good morning, Dr.
Uncle
Deborah.
June up in the house. I gotta act right now. Uncle June's on here.
Act right.
I gotta act right. You're talking about agreement you make number 2 of the 4 agreements from the great book by Don Miguel Ruiz. The 4 agreements. Yesterday we did agreement number 1, which is to be impeccable with your word. That's right. And today we're on agreement number 2, which is don't take it personal. Don't take anything personal. Anything anyone says about you is more about them than it is about you.
And that's good or bad. Particularly good.
That's
or
another
bad.
great point. Good or bad. You are so wonderful, Lisa. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah. That's where I wonder if that's where the "to God be the glory" came from. It is it is the ain't nobody telling you what the third agreement is, Melissa. It's tomorrow. That's what the third agreement is.
I saw she asked that same question earlier.
She asked it earlier. I didn't answer it earlier.
Research just as easy as we can, Melissa.
We not going to. Uh-oh, Melissa might come get us because she got them hands.
She can look it up just as easy as we could. But today's not about that.
Then don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. As a person in leadership, it is really, really important to not take the good or the bad, or should I say the bad or the good personally. Because oftentimes it has very little to do with you.
You see, if you take the good and then you take the bad, what's the matter, Lisa?
You take them both.
And then you have
Back to life. Back to life.
you take the good. I said you take the good, and then you take the bad, and then you take them both.
Now, what you got? Go ahead, bitch.
The facts of life.
Wow. The facts of life.
We're eating fruit.
Pineapple.
We had strawberries in here, but they're mostly gone.
There's one strawberry.
You can have it. I had a couple of them already. Don't take it personal. Has anyone imprisoned you or held you down or occupied your space in your mind for too long because of something they said about you? I was once watching a movie with Deirdre, Beauty Shop with Queen Latifah, I think is what it was. And there was a lady that came there. She had been a regular client of theirs, and she had went and got herself some breast. Okay. She bought some breastises.
Some big breastises.
Some tickle bitties, right? She bought some breastises, and she was very proud of them. They looked great on her.
Madam CJ just pops in as you're talking about the big breastises.
Wait, make this point. Okay. So she had spent the money. She had been telling her girlfriend she's going to do it. She spent the money and got it. And so she got her breast, and she's really proud of it. And the owner guy came and says, "Oh, I see that you went and got the twins, huh?" And he says, "I also see they're not identical twins." And he walks off. And Deirdre said, just that one comment gonna mess her up forever now.
Absolutely.
Because they're not. One person said they're not identical. She's gonna take that personal poison.
First of all, she's gonna take that misinformation, because every lady out here can tell you, all of them is fraternal twins. None of them match, whether God gave them to you or you bought them for yourself. So let that man walk off.
Halle Berry had a great answer to that. They was doing celebrity mean tweets. You know, mean tweets are when celebrities read mean tweets about them. And one of the Halle Berry read a tweet says, "Halle Berry's breasts look lopsided." And Halle Berry said, "Well, when they're real, that's what happens."
I also saw her reading a mean tweet where she said, the person said, "Halle Berry is a great actress, but she's no good at relationships." And she responded, "Whoever said I wanted to be good at a relationship?"
That's two for Halle. William Brown. What I am getting from this conversation is beyond the shell. Finding you beyond what protects you is answering the second agreement. Wow, Bill. When you embrace what makes you, you don't take what people say to you, to your person or personality.
Or personally.
Personally, excuse me.
Absolutely. And that's right. Madam CJ says they are never identical. They are not. And
it's been working, but she missed us. Wanted to pop in.
We missed you back. And if they are identical, the doctor put them in wrong, because they don't even come in matching sets. It doesn't work that way. But so there's so much things that we have.
Monica Sykes has a bit about her lopsided breast too. She talked about her right one is better than the left one. She goes, maybe it's because I'm right-handed, you know, and that side gets more of a workout than the other side. Maybe that's what. All right, enough lopsided breast jokes. Okay.
Breastises. The only time they're identical is when you're 15 and you make them for yourself with the sock and the.
Even then, you got to be really, really crafty to get it right. 15, 11.
I had my own at 15. Yeah, 11. I think 11. I had some hanky boobs.
Bill Cosby done a great bit about 11-year-old girls.
About 11-year-old girls.
11-year-old girls sitting at the window of life.
Yes, waiting
for their breasts to arrive.
Absolutely.
Did they come today? No, they didn't come today, Dad. I don't know if they're coming tomorrow. Just look, they're all around you. They'll be here.
Yes, don't take it personal. Your life, your abilities, your everything is unique to you. It is unique to you. And your perspective, as well as someone else's perspective, is unique to them.
To what? Them.
Their opinions are their business.
Yes. And I think this is such an empowering agreement to make, because you can free yourself up from headache, heartache, aggravation. You can not only free yourself up, you can like take control of how you feel by choosing not to take anything personally. What's what? The window's open. Oh. Anyway.
I thought the voices in my head got loud.
Yep. And that's you do have voices in your head. You do. Mm-hmm. You have a lot of them. Some of those you chose to pick up. Mm-hmm. Okay. And they have conversations.
And sometimes they have untimely conversations. You should probably get seen for that.
Unkind
conversations. You could probably get seen for that too. A lot of times we overlook these things as
you can't drive, you can't cook, you can't do this or that. Those are some bull crap things that you chose to pick up. Mm-hmm. When we were listening to it this morning, and the guy says, when someone insults you and you get offended by the insult, mm-hmm. that means that you have chosen to take their poison. And I was like, whoa.
And it also means that you, in some degree, believe what they said.
Yes. If you're not offended by it, okay. Brian, you can't read. I know I can read. It's not going to offend me.
Absolutely. Now, there are some things I realize that there are some things that touch old wounds mm-hmm. in me that I may attack or flare back at. But I would like to say, in all honesty, that when I do things like that, I do reevaluate them. Say, hey, wait a minute, why did you respond so?
Well, that's because you're getting more reflective, more mature, maybe. Mm-hmm. Get a little older. Yeah.
Why is older?
Yeah, because stuff that offends you now, offended you then, won't offend you now.
You're right. Not all of them, but there are still some things mm-hmm. that can offend me, especially if it's from someone that I love, whose respect I cherish. Okay. And I think most of the time you're conscientious of not doing those things, but by the same token, there are some things that you're just so over that you do casually that I have to remind myself that is just you. That has nothing to do with me.
When I'm just over it, huh?
I'm over it.
I don't want to hear that no more. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, some of that. Or like last night. So this morning you apologized, and I'm grateful for your apology.
Okay.
But
I did apologize this morning.
And I'm grateful, and it is accepted. Mm-hmm. And it is accepted because I had actually accepted that apology before you gave it in this particular circumstance.
I knew yesterday was going to be a very taxing day for me. And I knew I was going to have to work until late in the evening, later than I normally work. And I knew I was going to have to be on camera and in front of an audience later than I normally are. I knew that was going to be the case yesterday. Now, when I was done, now Lisa has picked at me often about, Brian, you need 2 hours after you do anything. Okay.
I'm instructed.
Why did you have to turn your head then?
I'm instructed. Because it's true.
So I've finished. Okay. I finished my thing. So I wanted to have a drink and get something to eat. And I didn't want to talk anymore. Okay. I had just got through being on maybe 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. And I was sitting on the couch by myself on my phone, looking at nothing. Okay. Just scrolling through some stuff. And my loving wife came down and she wanted to talk. She wanted to spend some time with her husband. She wanted some company. But I was bad company. I was not good company. So I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to do anything. So what I did was I got up and took all my cigar gear on the front of the house, and I had a cigar is what I did, because I knew I was bad company. I was being rude. So, and by the time I came back in, Lisa had been asleep about it. And just got to put that back, the curtain, the green screen. So by the time I came back in, she was asleep already. So, but when I woke up this morning, I wanted to make sure I apologized to her so that we have a better day. I recognized that it wasn't her fault that I was in a funky mood. So I wanted to apologize. Brittany Thomas, I'm still working on not taking things personal. Realizing that if they have an issue, it's a result of them, not me. Yes.
Somebody else thinks of you is none of your business.
And at one time I heard that and I thought it just sounded cute. But the more I learn and the more I understand, that's the truth. That's the truth.
None of your business. When I think about, and this is easily becoming one of my favorite movies to reference, the movie, the remake of Dolomite that Eddie Murphy did.
You love that movie.
Absolutely. The one scene in there. Read Bill's comment. Well, I guess
Bill says, many times, whatever you believe or the label, whatever you believe or the label mean will determine how you receive what they say. Many times,
whatever you believe the label means will determine how you receive what they say.
I am Ron Burgundy. I will read anything that comes across the teleprompter, no matter what it is, the way it's written.
Yes, and that's a gift for a talking head.
Yes. On a talk show.
It's a little different. Mm-hmm. So, but when Dolomite was coming out in the big theater for the first time, and the reviews had all come out negative, horrific, and all of those things, it was impacting the energy of everybody in the car. But then when what was his character? Eddie Murphy's character.
Dolomite.
Mm-hmm. When he decided to change his perspective. And he did this throughout the movie, his perspective of what he wanted it to be perceived as. Throughout the movie, he said, no, put the devil on it, put the X's on it. I want it to look like something they should not have. Because the more something is something that somebody should not have, the more people want it. Dr. Deborah says, a man with a disability once told me, don't lay hands on me and heal me. I'll lose my disability check and I'll never be able to find a job.
Wow.
I was shocked until he shared with me that his mom had told him this many times and that no one would ever want to hire him because of his disability.
So I need to keep my disability to survive.
I speak to people about that. I speak to people all the time. In the e-commerce space, well, I only want to make up to this much because I don't want it to hurt my check.
We've both heard that a lot of times in our adult life, and every time it surprises us. Every time, why should it surprise us anymore? It's still because we can't reconcile that. If I earn a lot of money, they're gonna put me in a higher tax bracket, and then I'm gonna have to pay more in taxes. So you're gonna make more money. And there's strategies for that too. Have a business. That boggles my mind. I understand how that could have boggled your mind, Dr. Deborah. Boggles Lisa's mind as well when we hear those kinds of things. We had a person swing by our home said something like that before. Mm-hmm.
And it's a fear-based reality, but understand it's not their own. It's not a reality of their own making. They didn't make it by themselves. First of all, much of the thoughts, beliefs, and ideas that we have were handed down to us from generation to generation. And in addition, especially for a lot of African Americans, some of the early, what do you need, honey?
I can't see Jack on my glasses. Is that 9:40 something?
Yes, it's 9:40.
We can do the songs.
We will. You all right?
We're running out of time. I have had the worst experience with this last glasses thing. Okay. I have to wear my contact lenses almost all the time unless I need my eyeballs to breathe one day. I can't see up close. I can't see far away with these glasses. Ugh. That's why challenging is reading. What's the sweet spot?
There isn't one because those don't have readers in them.
Yep.
You can only see far. So I can go hold that over there and I bet you can
I can
read
see it right now from this length. My arm extended.
Your arm not long enough.
It's not long enough. Pump up the volume. Anyway, we got to do our greeting songs because you guys deserve it.
Let's try to do that. I got to get a new mouse because I can't keep with this wire. Me and this wire have been having issues. I know, but I like my mousy mouse. I actually prefer a mouse with a ball. I don't like this mouse. I like balls with my mouse.
It's a dirty joke in there somewhere.
Anyway, it's Julie Ray Hammontree, honey.
Julie Ray Hammontree, find out what she means to me. Julie Ray Hammontree, find out what she means to me. Good morning, Julie Ray Hammontree.
I'm going to make sure we get all of you guys in there. Dr. Deborah.
Come on. Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. How you doing? Good morning to our friend Bill. Nobody thinks like him still. We love him so, and we always will. Our friend Bill. My voice is starting to wane. I got to fix that because tonight, for an hour and a half tonight, y'all, I am going to do my thing. I get to do a presentation for and 3 30-minute blocks tonight. I'm ready, though.
And today at noon, we have E-Team.
And today at noon, we have VT, virtual team, where I happen to be the president. Lisa happens to be the vice president of that group, that networking group. And we're going to have a good time with V-Team today, too. So,
come on, baby.
Boom, 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 boom.
Listen on. Now it's time for us to sing our song.
Melissa's on. You right. Melissa on.
Gotta go.
D with Michelle D with. Good morning to you, my sister. Miss Phyllis is here. So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning.
On the freeway would make up in a pink Cadillac.
Good morning, Miss Glenda. How you doing?
Oh my goodness! I know I saw Brittany in there. I think. Hold on.
It's Brittany Thomas. It's Brittany.
It's Brittany. It's your time. It's your time. Yeah.
Good morning to you. Did Madam CJ have a jam?
Yes. It's Madam CJ. Walking in her destiny.
The only one for me is Madam CJ.
The onlyest one for me.
The onlyest.
Yeah,
Muhammad Ali used to use that word in a real word in a sentence. I'm the onlyest one that's ever done. You're the onlyest?
The onlyest. The onlyest.
We did Dr. Deborah. We did Melissa Price. We did everybody.
Everybody. I didn't see. I was looking for Leanne because I like Leanne's song too.
Okay.
But, the song I haven't seen Taranda.
They don't get a song. They're not here. That's what it is.
We love it. We love it. Miss Billy Brown.
Brittany Thomas, thank you for introducing me to the Gladys Knight version of I Hope You Dance. I listened to it yesterday, and I like that version too. Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
I like Gladys Knight's version as well. I like Leanne Rimes' version as well too.
And thank you so much, Dr. Beverly, because you got me my song I played like probably 10 times, Waymaker.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I
played as soon as the show was over. I mean, didn't get out of the chair. So I'm hoping that you have a great day. We're in the southeast part of the United States right now, and the weather is really, really cooperating. I talked to someone in New York yesterday, and the weather up there is miserable. And Miss Vivian is on here. I'm sorry to say that.
Oh,
she told me it's so cold out here and there's still slush around, and she was. Now, I don't want to get it twisted. Ms. Vivian is not the one that told me that. It was another client of mine in New York, and she was complaining about Miss Phyllis is in New York too. She says it was nice yesterday. Well, see, that's perspective. Because I just talked to someone yesterday and talked about how she's sick of the cold.
I got a window of between April and May of wanting to be in New York City. Anything, I don't want the concrete jungle and all of the heat, and I do not want the concrete.
What's wrong with you?
And I do not want the snow. So I want late May in New York City.
Miss Phyllis said it was 63. So what was that lady tripping on? Anyway, I don't know what she was tripping on. But anyway, she was telling me that just yesterday, Miss Phyllis. I like New York all seasons. I think New York is the best around Christmas time. Okay. And I like the heat in New York too. Shorts and sneakers and walk from 14th Street to 42nd Street. Can't do that no more. That used to be my move because you get to go past everything. Empire State Building, Diamond District, all that kind of stuff. It's just a beautiful scenic route.
Yeah, no, I don't want any snow, and I don't want the sweltering heat either of New York.
Anyway.
To melt your tires.
It's not happening. I'm putting on my contacts as soon as the show's over. I can't stand it. Carolyn Jr. says, yep, my New York people said yesterday New York was gorgeous. So what was this lady tripping on? She could have been.
Or it could just be perspective.
It could be perspective. Two people can see the exact same thing and have entirely different thoughts about what just happened.
About your perspective, it really is. And I had to learn, that was another thing that I got to learn early on, is that my perspective was different, but that didn't mean it was wrong.
That's right.
It took a lot for me to embrace that truth.
You seen the picture of the meme of the number 69?
69 too. Yeah.
And two people standing, one person standing on this one person standing on this one. What are they looking at? It's a 6 or it's a 9. They both are right. Okay. From where the 6 and 9, from where you're standing, that's what it is.
Adam CJ says, yes, Brian, the New York walks are great.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Carolyn, what part
of walk again? I haven't had any walk. No, I'm not going to New York.
Carolyn, what part of New York you from? Madam CJ, what part of New York you from? I want to know. Did you grow up there, and what part?
Your name.
You're talking about walking in the neighborhood or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so you had to wait till the weather cooperates for you to walk the neighborhood. Wow.
Not like that real, like I'm a run in the rain type. Not yet. I'm gonna get there though. I'll get there. So we get ready to shut it down. We are going to be tackling agreement number 3 on tomorrow with Melissa. No, is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yes, Thursday. Because there's only 4 agreements, and
we did Monday.
Start on Tuesday.
I'm all caught up.
Movie review on Monday, and I've been wanting to see it again. I'm ready to see it again already.
Yeah, you don't have time yet.
Coming to America too. No, I don't have time yet. But
Coming to America.
So my wife said something to me this morning in the couple of minutes that we have left. Brian, you need to take some downtime and honor it, is the way she worded it. And I said, and honor it? What do you mean, and honor the downtime that I said?
Well, it's because a lot of times it'll get on the calendar. It'll get on the calendar, but it won't get implemented. Oh, I'll take this call, or oh, yeah, I'll be available.
It's very easy to do that.
If you create the downtime and honor it, that means it's as if you have an appointment that you're sitting across the table with someone who is very, very important, and you are giving them your undivided attention. That means your phone is off. That means that no one is tapping into this moment.
If I'm talking to a client, I'm D&D. Do not disturb. Yep.
Not just the client. It could be anything that is that important to you. It could be a mentoring session. It could be anything, but that you just won't allow anyone to infringe upon it. Phyllis said I could walk all day in New York City 2 weeks ago. It was nice, and I had 15,000
steps.
That's what's up.
Well, I asked for a busy life like this too. You understand that I set it up to be busy, and I am excited about my busy weekend upcoming because I'm going to be, on Saturday from 10:30 till 11:30. They gave me 45 minutes to teach and 15 minutes of Q&A from a large networking organization. So I'm excited about that. And then Sunday I get 2 hours in a clubhouse. Okay. So,
Madam CJ, you need a flyer for that clubhouse so that some of the people, the Facebookers, can come over to Clubhouse and check it
that's
out.
a good idea, baby.
Yeah,
I hadn't thought of that. I need a few flyers.
Right.
This is that thing at flyers. Now we use Canva here in this house, and I want to learn Canva, because there's a lot of stuff I want, and I don't want to always tax Lisa to do it. Because Lisa could do it like boom, boom, bome, and it'll take me 30 minutes to do it.
Yeah, I had a conversation with Donna yesterday.
What?
The exact same conversation. She said, it would have took me 45 minutes to do what you just did in a minute and a half.
Right. But still, I understand she has a business too, so I don't always want to tax her like that. So I try to figure it out myself until I get to the point, Lisa, I'm sick of messing with this thing.
Yeah, I get that. I will teach a Canva class. I don't mind teaching the Canva class, but I have taught one before. As a matter of fact, I may have a recording of one.
Carolyn Jones says, yes, put yourself on your calendar and be there, meaning no distractions.
Now yesterday, so we got to get out of here. At 10 o'clock is Coffee Time with Coach Ja. Yesterday, I put myself on my calendar. I had put myself on my calendar from 7 to 9. I was going to bling. That was my bling time.
2 hours?
Don't judge me.
I'm just asking.
And yes, honey, I could blink for 8 hours.
I don't even know why I said that. It just came to.
Oh my God!
I know she can blink all day.
It was wonderful.
I don't know why I said that.
But at 7 o'clock, this committee that I am on for a women's empowerment conference in May called me and they said, "Look, we need you on the call." And I'm like, oh. But I would get on the call and I keep blinking because first of all, you don't need that many meetings, but when you're dealing with bureaucrats, they need meetings. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I'm still blinging while I'm on this video call. I'm still blinging. They can't see my hands, but they see that I'm not looking up, but I'm answering. I'm answering whenever they call on me and I'm giving them what they need or whatever, but then I'm still blinging. And then one lady said, "Lisa, you're over there multitasking again." I said, yes. I said, yes. And then I lifted up what I was doing and she said, "Oh, I want one." I sold 4.
Oh, good.
And I also got the contract to do our committee shirts. So it was worth it. Multitasking.
This was.
Let you know about the Canva class. And we know you got to run. We love you. We love you. We love you all. We got to run too.
Yes.
So get out of here. And don't forget,